welcome to the stream, guys. Hope everyone is doing well. Just getting my ACC to display on stream because we were on Race Room last night and I forgot to reset my game capture before I started the stream, so I'm just quickly doing that just now to set it up for ACC. And there we go, perfect. That's it. So first of all, going to take the Audi out for a quick wet session. A quick wet session, just in the practice. All we need to do is just get a wet lap to build the setup for Zolder, and then hopefully after that we'll have time to do a bit of Imola in the, I believe it is the Porsche. We'll do the Imola racing. I think I've got a setup for it. That's in about 52 minutes, so we should have a bit of time after we do this to then go build the, go and do some Imola on LFM, and there we go, that's the wheel setup. So first of all, we'll just do this session, but we'll do it in the wet because I built a setup for the Audi at Zolder the other day, but I've not built a wet setup yet, so I want to do that, just a wee wet setup, see if we've got any, if anyone's downloaded the pack. Does not look like it yet, that's fine. Right, so what we'll do is we'll quickly load up the race setup. And what I'll do is just pump up the tires a bit, because you're talking 30.5 psi for wet tires. What we'll do is we'll just adjust the brake bias, lower the rear diff, increase the traction control, and ABS. We'll go out and we'll try this out and see what this is like, and then like I say, we'll probably do some LFM afterwards. So yeah, let's just jump out on track, see what this is like. Not tried it in the wet here, so this will be interesting. How is everyone doing in the chat tonight, guys? Well, today, tonight, wherever it is in your time zone. The Audi has a very stable front end, but the rear not so much. It's weird, it's like the front feels oh, that's a good start. It's weird because the front is really stable and feels like it's got a lot of downforce, but the rear does not. Oh, I cannot accelerate. Oh, this is not very good. Definitely need to adjust the setup. Let's get a banker lap in at least first, and then yeah, we will need to adjust this because the rear is sliding a little bit too much. It could be the tire pressures, but maybe need to sort the right out as well. Oh my goodness. Oh, this is just like driving a drift car. They're sliding everywhere. Doesn't feel bad on the brakes at all though. It's just the exits. But I did build this setup very oversteery, because in the dry it's really nice if it's oversteery. It rotates really nicely, the setup, but in the wet that means it's then far too stiff. So just soften the rear of the car up a bit, maybe stiffen up the front, increase the ride height on the front as well. But yeah, it's not like it's locking up or anything massively on the brakes, which is good. It's just as soon as I put the power down, it just wants to immediately break that traction. Hopefully my router holds up today, guys. I hope. Yesterday, as you know, for the race room race, we had some issues with my internet. Internet died last night, unfortunately, so we weren't able to do the race room race. But just one of those things. In real racing, you have random car failures or punctures and things like that, whereas sim racing, there's not so much of like random engines blowing up, it's more equipment failures. Because like in real life, if you get an engine blow, the engine blows up or something, you can't really control that or plan for it. Whereas, so the equivalent to that in sim racing is your equipment failing, basically. PC issues or broadband issues, but it's just very frustrating when it's the broadband. Because it was fine on Sunday. I think it was, yeah, it was Sunday, it was absolutely fine. And then Monday morning I was recording the hot lap and the router died a couple of times. And I just was hoping that it would last the evening, but unfortunately it didn't. Right, there's a banker lap, so what we'll do is just go adjust the setup now. What I'm planning on is put the TC up 1 click, put the brake pads to 2, you usually use brake pads 2 for wet conditions, and lower that preload diff and suspension, etc. Maybe the bump stop rate as well. Just basically decrease everything on the rear. A bit less ride height as well, just to make it a bit better. There we go. So what I did there was I just softened the rear of the car and lowered the front and increased the lowered the rear and increased the front ride height, just to bring it. I find I think it was McCormack that said for the wet you usually put the front ride height up 4 clicks, and since my rear was also quite high for the dry setup, I've just lowered the rear by 2 clicks and put the front up by 2 clicks. So that should be hopefully a bit more balanced. And then I put the TC2 up 1 click, and then I just softened like the roll bar and the differential and the bump stop rate as well. The wet setups aren't too hard to make, it just depends on the track. The hardest setup to make is an endurance race setup with variable conditions, because if it's a dry 6-hour race, it's fine, it's easy. You just make a setup that's good on tyres, easy enough. If it's a full wet 6-hour race, easy enough, just make a setup that's good in the wet. The hardest is when you don't know what conditions it's going to be, and you've got to make a setup that is quick in the wet and quick in the dry, and most of them you have to pick one. So you want it balanced so it's drivable in both, but sometimes you might have to make a setup that's quick in the dry, not quick in the wet, but it is drivable and stable, or you have to make one that's quick in the wet but slow in the dry. So you kind of have to find that balance between is it faster in the dry or is it faster in the wet? Oh dear, that was bad. Because that's what we had to do for the Aston setup at Spa. We had to make it good in the wet, but also good in the dry, so that you had that balanced setup. And we ended up with one of the best setups I've probably driven for endurance races. That's one of the best setups I think we've done, because we all gave each other feedback on it. We all tested different things, so we all, as the team, I think there was 4 of us, so as the team we all built the setup together, because we all gave feedback, found out what worked best, tested it, and then we were able to find a setup that we all could drive. We could all drive quickly, because some of us preferred the car stiff, some of us preferred it softer. So we made a setup that worked for everyone, and then we had to make it good in both the wet and the dry, and it turned out really nice because we were able to drive with the dry tyres in the wet conditions. So it turned out really nicely. But yeah, variable weather conditions in an endurance race are usually the hardest setups to build. It does make it a good challenge though. Right, let's try and get a lap without spinning off at the first corner, like I did there. I think I just locked up the rear of the car, to be honest. Yeah. There, that's a bit better. A little bit of oversteer there, but manageable. Gotta be careful on the curbs in the wet, because in the dry you use all the curbing. Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. Oh, that was bad. In the dry you want to use all the curbing, but in the wet you don't want to do that. Sometimes in the wet, right, it's difficult in the wet, because sometimes the car is stable over the curbs on the exit. It lets you use the exit curbs. That was really bad chicane there. But on the exit, it will let you use the exit curb sometimes. And you think, oh, that must be faster then. But what happens is sometimes when you go on the curb, it engages the traction control, so it cuts your throttle. So it feels like you're driving stable, but actually the car is cutting your throttle inputs. So actually, it works out being slower being on the exit curb, because the TC is cutting your throttle. Oh my goodness. Keep messing up the brakes. Maybe I try increasing the brakes, because usually for wet I put it on minimum brake bias. But maybe that it doesn't work in the Audi, because it's got, I think it's either mid or rear engined. It's definitely behind the driver, but I'm not sure if it's classed as mid or rear engined. But maybe just having the minimum brake bias doesn't, oh dear, doesn't work for this. Let's try at 54.2 for this lap. Like I say guys, once we've done this, then we'll probably do LFM race with the Porsche at Imola, I think. Now that feels a bit better, 54.2 brake bias. Still sliding a lot. I don't really like this sliding at all. I think I'm going to change the aero. I think it's got a bit too much rear wing. I think it's to do with the aero. Because the car feels quite soft. It's just sliding a lot on the fast corners there. But like in the slow corners, it actually doesn't feel too bad. It's just these faster corners, it seems to oversteer. So I wonder if I just decrease the rear wing, that might help it a bit. Oh, a bit slidey there. I'll just try it 1 click less and put the front up 2 clicks. Just see what that does to the aero balance. If that's better or worse, I'm not sure. It's quite good on the brakes with 54.2 brake bias though. That's a lot better, definitely. Right. What I want to do now is... That's definitely a slow lap because we did a 27.6 in the dry. So I think that's quite a slow lap. But what I want to do now is set the brake bias to 54.2 in the setup. Decrease the preload differential. Increase the front ride height. And decrease the rear wing by 1 click. That's going to change the aero balance a bit, and we can see what that does for us, if that makes it a bit better or worse. And yeah, hopefully this should be it. Then just adjust the tyre pressures. Hopefully this will be enough for the setup, I think. Oh, that feels much better. Just on the acceleration there, didn't want to spin. Oh, that feels better. Still sliding under high speeds. Don't understand it. Maybe you need to... It could just be my driving, or maybe I need to soften the front or something. But definitely doesn't seem to be liking the higher speed corners. See there, just when I turn in, it just... the rear seems to just disappear. Don't think softening the front will actually really help, but it seems to be the rear stability is bad. To be honest, I don't know if I've actually driven the Audi in the wet, to be honest, before. Not sure if I have. Driven the Porsche in the wet and the BMW and the Assetto, and I'm not actually sure if we've done any wet races in this Audi yet. Right, that feels a bit better. Still a touch of a slide. Try to keep the revs a bit lower this time. There we go. It's 2 tenths up. It's a little bit slidey on the rear, but it's manageable. Kind of more what you would expect for the wet. Oh, that's involved. Took a bit too much curve on the right there. Those are a bit tricky track limits on that first chicane. Hard. You really have to set in the wet. It's maybe not as bad, but in the dry, you have to use a lot of curb in the first chicane. And usually, as soon as you press the brake, you've kind of committed to your braking. So if you brake too late, you end up invalidating your lap, or you have to go really slow to avoid going over the track limit line. So it can be very tricky. And this final corner, there's those sausage curbs on the inside, and it tends to really slow you down there if you hit them in the dry. In the wet, definitely, but in the dry, the setup seemed to be able to take those sausage curbs, so I was using them, but it seemed to let the traction control kick in, so it actually loses you a bit of time on the exit. Oh, there goes the rear, there goes the rear. It's just that corner, that second corner, and a little bit of the first corner that the rear seems to be quite unstable at, but it's fine the rest of the lap, to be honest. It's just that second corner that's really bad at. Maybe it's because I'm trying to go full throttle and it just doesn't have the grip. But I'd rather be full throttle and put a little bit of steering correction in than have to be lifting off the throttle, but I'm not sure what's faster. Oh, that was a big lock-up. Still valid, but I'm going to lose a lot of time here. Yep, there goes all the delta. Oh, that corner is also not great. You know what, let's adjust the setup again. Adjust the tyre pressures first. Let's put these tyre pressures up, they're too low. Right, yeah. What I want to try? What do I want to try? Lower the rear roll bar. And I'm going to lower the rear wing by 1 click, but put the ride height back up to where we started on the rear. And let's try this. Oh dear, that was a good start. Just warming up the tyres, obviously. Alright, let's see how that is, because to be honest, I keep saying to be honest, I think it is just the second corner and that left-hander, sorry, the right-hander after the double right-hander in the middle sector. It's the last corner in sector 2 that it just seems to struggle. And then turn 2 also seems to struggle, but hopefully that different aero balance will help it. Oh, hi Josh, how's it going? Congrats on the new team. When's your first race for the new team? Bit late on the brakes there. Oh, no probs, Josh. Rather nice to be on the same team as David Tinizza. He was in the Italian Championship I think it was last night. He was in that. Can't remember what it's called, to be honest. I think it's ACI. Is it ACI? Him and some other ballast drivers as well. I think it was one of the ballast boys that won the race, but I'm not sure if there was a crash or something, because I know one of them got taken out. Oh wait, no, it wasn't a ballast that won, it was the ballast that was leading. I don't think he actually won the race in the end. Yeah, it was David Tinizza, wasn't it? Very nice pace in the Ferrari there. RCI Endurance Series in March, nice. I'll be in the RCI Endurance 6-hour series. I won't be in the esports one, because we're running 2 lineups. So I think there's a different lineup for the esports one. But I think I'll probably... the same lineup that we use for the RCI 6-hour series. We will probably be doing for the CDA 1000 as well, and do the Pro series of CDA 1000, I think. But I don't think they wanted 2 lineups in the esports series. Wenham and I can't actually pronounce that. Merleys, I think. Nice. That's a good lineup there. Well, what car will you guys be using? Because I assume that David Tanitza's got some very good Ferrari setups, but I'm not sure if you guys are partnered with a particular car brand or if you just use any. Beefy. Nice. Oh, there goes the rear. Have you tried any of David Tanitza's Ferrari setups yet, Josh? Ferrari will be nice to drive. I haven't really driven it much. But the RCI's got a good I think a good calendar for the Ferrari, does it not? Certainly tracks like Kyalami and that, it's decent at. Just depends on the BOP though. Be interesting to see what they do for BOP. Should have shifted a bit earlier there into third. I think it's just aquaplaning on that right-hander, to be honest. He seems to aquaplane. Yeah, custom BOP. Yeah, it does look good. Me and Luciano and David Lewis and Soren Jaeger are taking the Porsche for the 6-hour series. So that'll be nice. Looks a decent calendar for Porsche as well, but again, I'm not sure what the BOP will be like. Certainly for Kyalami, the Porsche will be nice to drive. I haven't driven the Porsche in an endurance race though, so that'll be interesting to see. I think the longest I've driven it is maybe like hour-and-a-half race, I think. You wouldn't take Porsche? What car would you recommend for the 6-hour series? Hammered with BOP. Yeah, I'm not sure what the BOP is going to be like, to be honest. It would be interesting if they did a BOP thing like, what was the championship? Was it possibly VCO? Or was it Flexstream? I'm not sure. But there was one championship where they had a BOP budget for the entire championship, and you got to pick what races and how much BOP you took on each race. That's an interesting way of doing it. But yeah. Yeah, it's really quick and quali. Yeah, VC1 Flexstream. There was the M2 Cup, was it last week? But they had the server hack. Someone was hacking the server again. I thought ACC had fixed that issue, but appears not. Oh, there goes the wheel again. Oh, it's BO. I just saw the message there. BOP's out for Kailami. I'll have to have a look at that then. Because yeah, I wasn't really thinking about the BOP when we thought of Porsche. We just looked at the tracks and thought Porsche will be really good, but that's a very valid point that the BOP could really hammer us. Right, we'll probably finish up this lap because the setup feels alright. And then see, won't get much time to practice it, but we can maybe do an LFM Imola race in the Porsche. Only get a few minutes of practice, but do quite like Imola. Driven it quite a bit, so it shouldn't be too bad. But pace won't be that great. A little bit slow out there. Probably should be in second a bit earlier. You only really use, I would think, first in the dry. Don't really think you need to go down first in the wet. Just spins the wheels a bit. Oh, that was a decent exit at the final corner though. Yeah. I mean, BMW, it is good all round. Especially at certain tracks. It is quite good. It's just, for certain championships and stuff, you want to be able to pick what you want to drive, because there might be some championships or some races, like for example the World Cup race at Paul Ricard, where you want to drive the BMW because that's the best car for that race. But there are some races where the BMW isn't the quickest and you want to be able to choose a different car, so it will be good. Yeah, it is a bit boring when you drive the same thing all the time as well. I've really enjoyed starting to learn to drive the Porsche. I think I'll start making some setups for it soon, because I've just been using ones off of Popelmeter, to be honest, because I haven't really gotten used to driving, hadn't really had much time to experiment with the setups yet, because just been using it for the league. But as I get a bit more time, I'll probably start building my own setups for the Porsche, now that I'm actually used to driving the car a bit more. But I find the Porsche suits my driving style a lot better than the BMW did. I do like the BMW, I just think the Porsche would suit me better. Oh, you can add custom liveries on LFM. I haven't actually looked. Yeah, that's true. Oh yeah, definitely minimum wheel rates. I'm yet to find any of the setups that I've got from Popelmeter that actually use wheel rate. Certainly on the rear, pretty much all of them have minimum wheel rate. The rotation you get out of the Porsche though is amazing. It's got such good rotation, especially on the brakes as well. It was Donington, I think I was racing the other day, and you could literally, in some of the corners, you could just use the brakes and it had already rotated most of what you needed for the corner. You needed hardly any steering input. Just have to quickly readjust to the Porsche after the driving the Audi in the wet. Touring cars last night on Race Room, but unfortunately my router died before the race, so I didn't actually get to do the race. Oh, very stiff. Sorry, Mercedes. Yeah, we've got... how much time we got?
Yellow flag in sector 3.
About 20 minutes until the server opens, so we can do a little bit of practice. Pretty sure this setup will do a 25-minute race. Don't think we'll need to use the race setup. Just use this quali setup. What's your main car just now, Josh? Is it going to be the Ferrari, or are you just going to try a few different ones? I've seen a lot of people switching to Hondas recently as well.
Yellow flag, be careful.
Oh, that was rubbish. First sector there. Wonder if I could do it in third there with the Porsche. I think that right-hander. Don't really think it needs to drop down into second. Got good enough rotation in third gear, I think, for that one.
Yellow flag in sector 3.
Oh, that's going to be invalid. Setup feels really nice though. Really good rotation. Just got to watch the track limits a bit.
Slow car ahead. Yellow flag, be careful.
Might get a bit of traffic, but oh well.
Yellow flag, be careful there.
Just getting some practice in anyway, doesn't really matter about lap times. Just practice the track and setup, and then focus about lap times and qualifying. Oh, someone's died. 2 people died. Oh dear, 3 people all just died at turn 1 there. Surprised we got through that. Oh, that's a bit wide. Late apex for the hairpin, hammer it on the throttle. Very good grip on the exits. This setup feels very stable. It's got incredible rotation, but still feels very stable on the throttle. Oh, that was a bit late on the brakes though. Still a valve lap. Just a bit touch late on the brakes. Man, the Porsche feels good through the chicane there. Really nice over the curbing. Got about 15 minutes until server opens. There we go. Don't think this will be a quick lap, but at least it's a valid one and we can get some delta to improve on. Oh my goodness, that is a slow lap. 42.9. Okay, we definitely need to improve that to at least a 41.
Yellow flag ahead. Recharging front.
There we go, there's 3 tenths. Lost a bit on the hairpin though. That was better. Bit earlier on the brakes, but able to stay on the throttle on the exit.
Yellow flag in sector.
Same there, get on the power a bit earlier, but brake a bit earlier as well. Gained a little bit of time, but I did lose a bit on the exit. Oh, lost the rear. Took too much curb on the left, so valid, but I lost like 2 tenths there. Tried to put the power down, but there wasn't any grip. Not with that line. Oh, that Mercedes is right on my line. Too much curb again there, Cody.
Well done, mate. The fastest lap so far.
Nice rotation there, 2 tenths in the first 2 corners. Well, first 3, sorry. Can use second there, but just short shift to third. So I think if you stay in second too long, that's when the rear kicks out a bit. 2 tenths up now.
Yellow flag in sector 3.
Oh, that's invalid, and we don't have enough fuel for another lap. We'll keep going just to see if there's... Oh. No. For the minute there, I thought that was maybe better just to lift off in fourth. Shift down into fourth, lift off instead of braking for that right-hander, but I think it might actually be a bit slower. Let me just double check that we're definitely registered for the race, which we are. 11 minutes for the race start. Looks like we'll be in split 1. Not sure what kind of drivers we've got in the lobby, to be honest. Looks like we'll have a fairly low license compared to everyone else. We've got quite a low license. What I always like to do is go to LFM, look at the race that we're doing, and then look at the guy, the quickest, or either the quickest guy or the guy that's got the best license in your race. Then look at his best lap times for the track you're going to do, and then you can kind of see what it's going to be like. So, right, we could do like 12-13 minutes basically until we need to go find the server. And there's quite a lot of time in this lap. I would say definitely got a 41, which isn't too bad for the amount of practice we did there. But yeah, love to drive the Porsche here, and that Imola is very nice to drive. Oh, the rear though. The cold tires shouldn't have stomped the throttle there. I think the BMW is still the best at Imola, but the Porsche is still very competitive. I'm not sure if I know the BMW I think is still the best here, but I'm not sure if it's really like completely OP or anything. It's just the best car. But I think the Porsche is still one of the best here. I think the AMG is quite good, and honestly I have no idea if the Honda's any good here. Haven't really seen anyone use it here, to be honest, so I don't really know what lap times it does. I think possibly the...
Car on the left.
Just let him through because we're on our outlap. Are you going past me, or... What are you doing? How is he not letting me back on the track? Okay then. That was weird. I didn't get a blue flag from him, but I saw him coming up, so I just went off the track to let him through. And then he just didn't let me back on. That was a bit weird. Oh well. Well, let's see what kind of lap time we can get together.
Yellow flag in sector 2.
Touch of oversteer just in turn 1. Thank you, Audi, for getting out of the way.
Car on the left.
Slightly touched the gravel there, that's going to cost me a 10th. You don't realise how much time gravel costs you. Like, it's unreal the amount of time. When I was doing the Zolder at Audi in the dry hot lap, even if you touched it by like it felt like literally a centimetre, you would lose like a 10th of a second by the end of the straight. It slows you down so much on this. Oh, that's invalid. I'm not sure if that is realistic or not, to be honest, the gravel in this game, how realistic it is. Like in real life, if you touch that amount of gravel, would it actually slow you down by that much or not? I have no idea. I am not very good with physics. But yeah.
Yellow flag ahead. Be careful.
Got a few more minutes, so we'll just keep trying some laps here.
Yellow flag in sector 2.
Definitely can do a 41. Not a problem. I think if we actually like practiced, we'd probably be below 141s to a 140. If we actually properly practiced, we'd probably be able to get into 140s, but with 20 minutes of practice, a 141 is probably all we're going to do. Thank you, Aston. Kind of messed up that first sector, but well. Oh, too much curb there, Cody. Far too much curb. Oh, that's invalid. A bit too much curb there.
Yellow flag ahead. Be careful. Yellow flag in sector 1.
But yeah, the Porsche
Yellow flag ahead. Watch out.
feels really nice at this track. Just got to get used to it. See how the race goes anyway. Main focus is to try and increase my safety rating, to be honest. I really need to get my ELO up,
Yellow flag ahead.
but also my main concern is not losing any safety rating, because my safety rating is only like 5.9 or 5.8. Oh, that was nice. Still a bit of time there, but could have pushed a bit harder, but Oh, too much curb. That was far too much curb. Just let this Aston Martin through, just in case he's on a flying lap.
Car on the right.
No, getting his
Yellow
way.
flag in sector 3. Clear on the right.
Got enough fuel for one more lap after this, so we can do another flying lap. Might have enough time to go out for another couple of laps, or we might just wait for the server, I'm not sure. Oh, rest in peace, Aston. Straight over the curbs. Hopefully the CDA 1000 qualifiers open soon. I'm not actually sure when the qualifiers for that open. It'll be quite nice to do that though. Certainly this year. And now that we're quicker than we were last year. Be interested to see who's on the grid and what teams they're all in, because there has been a lot of driver changes this winter break. A lot of driver changes. Oh, come on, McLaren. What?
Yellow flag in sector 3.
You could have moved out the way before that. I mean, come on. Did not get a very good exit out with that hairpin there, with that BMW there on the entry. That was terribly slow. That was alright. Not perfect though, but a lot better than the other lap. I think I took too much speed there. I did.
Yellow flag,
Yep.
be careful.
Is that not invalid? I was sure that was going to be invalid because I clipped the sausage curb on the exit. I thought that was going to be invalid there. I actually take quite a bit of speed with that line. Surprised it was that the sausage curbs don't immediately invalidate you. Man, that fuel is like perfect. You cross the line with like 0.1 litres. Right. Oh wow. 225 people signed up, so it's going to put us in the Charles Roth. Split to. Man, our ELO is so low. We're like the 19th lowest ELO in Split 2. Really need to start getting our ELO up. It's just so low that when it's busy and a lot of people have signed up, it's just puts us to Split 2. Definitely need to get that ELO up. We'll just wait for the server to open though, guys, because we've got like 2.5 minutes, so there isn't really any point going out on track for 2.5 minutes, to be honest. But yeah. Hi Lorenzo, how's it going, mate? Thanks for stopping by the stream. Hope you're doing well. we're just about to jump into a LFM race just now. We've got 2 minutes until the server opens. So let's see. Yeah, all good here, mate. Thanks for asking. Been up to much recently, Lorenzo? Any racing or anything? I need to have a look at the highlights from the race last night with the Ballast guys in it, the ACI Esport Championship. Need to have a look at that. Look at the replay. Didn't get a chance to watch it live. So yeah, our safety rating just now on LFM is 5.93. So yeah. I didn't do it. Right. I wasn't sure. I thought I'd maybe seen you in the entry list for ACI Lorenzo. Oh, you been doing any other races or that then? It was ACI Endurance you're in. I got the ACI Sprint and the ACI Endurance mixed up. That's what it was. Right, let's look for the server. It's out now. Okay, that explains it. Yeah, I was like, I thought I saw your name on the graphic, but that's what it'll be. It will have been the other one. Right, split 2. Oh, don't tell me it's wet. Please. It's dry, thank goodness. I done 20 minutes practice in the dry. I did not want to then do the wet race. Right, split 2. Coach Dave series. Coach Dave series, split 2. All good. ACI Endurance and Flex Train. Nice. I hope those go well for you. Is Flexstream the BMW M2 Cup still? And they're just going to hope the server holds together. Hopefully, hope the ACI goes well. It'll be interesting to see who's racing in that as well. Because we've got a few. There's a number of very quick drivers in that. Are my gloves starting to rip? No way. Yeah, just noticed my gloves are starting to rip already. Only had them a couple months. Go-karting gloves. They're like... no... But... Bentley... I assume that's Bentley at Watkins Glen next week. Ah, nice. Hopefully that goes well. Some very stiff competition in Flexstream. Right, the M2 race got postponed. That's annoying. The M2 cars are so fun to drive as well. From memory, there isn't much you can do with the setup, so it's mostly just the driver. It's similar to some of the GT4 cars that you can't do as much with the setup, so it's more about the driver, which makes the racing, especially with M2 when it's all M2s, it makes the racing so much fun to watch because everyone's bump drafting and door to door. It's almost like, yeah, it's insane level in Flexstream. There's a lot of the top teams, Unicorns of Love, BS Competition, Veloce, Yassi, Ballas Esports, all these teams. So yeah, it'll be interesting to see how next week goes. But yeah, it's a shame about the M2. I really like driving the M2 cars because the racing is so close. It would be nice if there was like a big GT4 championship or something like that. I think SRO maybe use it as the secondary class, if I remember correctly. I'm not sure if they still do, but they used to use GT4 as the secondary class. But yeah, it's really nice when you've got the really close racing. Yeah, that's right. ACI GT4. I'd like to maybe do one of the ACI championships at one point. I missed the sign-ups for the ACI one, but maybe next season, if I have free time, I'll try do one. Right, let's give a bit of a gap to the Honda. Right, 10 minutes left of quali. See what kind of lap times we can do. Not much practice, but setup is good. Car feels nice. See what kind of lap times we can do. Will you be doing ACI GT4 again, Lorenzo, or are you just focusing on the Endurance series? I don't know yet. No worries. Still got 8 minutes left. That was at least a valid lap, but it wasn't particularly fast at all. Oh right, it's not till September. Ah, that. You've got plenty of time then to think about it. Terrible first sector, and that last lap was also very, very slow. 42.5. Very slow. Still got 7.5 minutes slow. We can at least use this lap to push and see where the delta is. If we know we started at 5/10 down on the delta, we can see how much time's still in the lap. There's a bit of time in that right-hander and the hairpin, I think. Oh, touched the grass on the entry there, that wasn't good. Still gained time though, which is weird. Alright, no worries Lorenzo, thanks for dropping by the stream. Take care and hopefully talk soon. There we go, there's another 10. There's a lot of time in the chicane. Oh, too much curb though. Still gained another 10th of a second, but that was too much curb on the left there. go for a good lap here. Come on. Got plenty of time in the lap here. Let's try to get a good one together. Oh, ha, ha. Slightly too much speed. At least there was 2/10 in that first 2 corners, so just took a little bit too much speed for the left-hander there. And I wasn't far enough over to the right for turning into the left-hander either, so just couldn't make the corner with that much speed. And that line. If I had the right line, it might have been alright, but took quite a bit of speed into turn 2, and then that just meant I could not get the right line for turn 3.
Yellow flag is set to 1.
Oh, pushed too hard there. Just need to get the lap together. Always very close in LFM though. I mean, like top 10 only separated by 6/10. That is very, very close. And this is only split 2 as well. So makes it a lot more exciting when the racing is closer. It makes you push a lot more in qualifying as well, because like 1/10 of a second can make the difference between 3 or 4 positions. Right, let's push this lap. We've got enough fuel.
Losing time in sector 3.
I know I'm losing time everywhere at this particular point in time. Okay, 3/10 up in the first 3 corners. A little bit of over rotation through there.
Yellow flag is
Still gained half a tenth, but definitely over rotated the car there on the braking. 5/10 up. 1 second off the pole. Oh, I don't think third. Oh, invalid. That's annoying. Half a second up there. Just a bit understeered a bit there. At least we know we've got half a second in the first sector and a bit of the second sector. So we actually will have enough time to do one final flying lap. So if we can get that lap together, at least we know we've got decent pace for this split. But yeah, definitely if we actually put some proper practice into it, pace would be a lot better. Right, let's go out. We've got 3 minutes left, so we'll be able to do the out lap and then one flying lap. We'll just have to hope we can actually get the lap together. So P18 and 1 second off the pole, very close grid so far. Quite similar to SimZone. I would say this is a bit closer than SimZone though. Right, let's actually really need to get this lap together. Need to make sure we actually get valid. Yeah, there is, I would say, based on the delta, we've got at least 7 or 8 tenths in the lap. Because I know I've got 2.5 tenths in the final sector, and we've got about 5 tenths in the first part of the second sector. So I think if we got the lap completely together, we'd probably improve by about 8 tenths of a second. actually, if we could actually get that lap together, it wouldn't actually be too bad. But we'll just have to see what we can do. This will be our final flying lap. Touch slower than the other lap, just by half a tenth. Didn't over rotate as much there, but a bit slower. Yeah, only 3.5 tenths up rather than 5 tenths, so a little bit slower this time. Oh,
Please try to stay on the track.
same corner. Don't have enough time for another lap. That's disappointing. Oh well. Oh well. We didn't do much. I didn't really do much practice at all, so didn't expect much. But that is a bit annoying because we would have probably gotten the top 10 if we actually got the lap together. But at least we know we have decent amount of time if we get the race together. If we get a clean race, we'll probably make up some positions. We'll just have to be careful with our safety rating. But yeah, that was a rather terrible qualifying performance by myself. Rather terrible. What I will do is, just whilst we're waiting on this, I'm just going to quickly upload the data pack, update data pack, add the wet race setup. That we did when we at the start of the stream. Just upload that. Setup. Add the setup file. Assuming it doesn't crash my file explorer. What was it at? Solder. Wet race, and then also we'll add the file in there as well. There we go. Update that setup. So on Popplemeter now, that's got the wet setup uploaded, and maybe tomorrow. What day's tomorrow? Wednesday? Yeah, probably tomorrow. We'll get that. I'll get the track guide out for Zolder, because I said I would make the track guide. 53 53 litres should be plenty of fuel. Setup's been successfully updated. There we go. Okay. So basically, just need to get a clean race and try and make up after that very slow quali. Just
30 seconds.
simply did not get a lap together at all. Just kept invalidating them, making some mistakes. So yeah, let's just try to see what we can do here. Get a good lap together if we can.
Go in double file.
Right. See what we can do in the race. We really need. I really want to watch my safety rating, but we need to get yellow up, so we need to make up some positions. I was about to say that Audi I think is supposed to be in front of me, but he's behind. He's maybe just heating up his tires. Right, we need a good start. Want to hold this line if we can into turn 1, but we also want to be careful with the safety rating. But we also want to just try and survive at least the first lap.
Green light. Go, go, go.
Wasn't a great start there.
Clear on the right.
Everyone please be nice to each other in the first corner.
Car on the right. Clear on the right.
Oh, what was that Honda doing that went on the outside of the Porsche and then came straight across the track and took out the guy behind me?
Clear on the right.
Oh dear, at least we survived the first sector. Don't really think we gained any positions, but we can slowly pick them off one by one. Especially once the chaos of lap 1 is over. Everyone separates a bit.
Car on the right.
Round the outside. Oh, that was a nice little move there. Round the outside of the Audi. Oh, come on, guys, really?
Car on the left.
That was completely unnecessary by the Porsche there. Just like SimZone on Friday. Just not. Come on, you're gonna
Clear on the left.
rear end me twice now. First lap. Just far too late on the brakes. Right, down 2 positions. Just have to get those positions back. It's a nice move on the Audi as well. It's a bit annoying that the Corsa took us out there. I do not like how close he is to the rear of my car in the braking zone. Oh, BMW's died there. Has the Porsche maybe got a problem with his brakes? Because there he just went straight on behind me. I wonder if he's maybe got a problem with his brakes instead of actually braking too late. I don't know. He's maybe got equipment issues. Right, need to... Thankfully the Porsche only gave us 1.3 seconds of damage, so it's not much at all. So let's try and make up these positions again. Not going to get the Audi around the outside there this time. it defend the inside. Oh, this Honda's gonna get me surely on this straight.
Car on the right. Clear on the right. Right on me. Personal fastest lap.
Straight line speed of this car is just terrible, unfortunately. Can't really defend whilst on the straight at all. Really gotta make it up in the corners.
Slow car ahead.
Right, we need to push here because this pace is very slow at the moment. So we need to push. Last lap was a 43. Really should be a low 42 or something, especially with this fuel load. Oh! I was looking at chat and nearly killed that Honda. I think that's the luckiest I've been all week. This is just a LFM race. But I messed up quali. I only did like 20 minutes of practice and oh, I'm gonna go for the inside line there. Alright. I only did like 20 minutes of practice and then jumped in and kind of mucked up my qualifying, unfortunately. So we started like P24. Got sort of a half spin on lap 1 from one of the Porsches. So just trying to get back through the field as quick as we can. Only got like 1 second of damage or something, so not much at all. Just on the rear bumper. Yeah. It wasn't that bad.
Car on the left.
The defense so hard though, it's hard to get back through quickly when they defend. They have every right to defend though, because it's fighting for position. It's just annoying when you're trying to get through the field quickly. It's very difficult when everyone defends. That's surely going to be a track limit warning. Come on, you can't change lines in the braking.
Slow car ahead.
You're on the inside or you're on the outside. You can't. That was messy. Block the inside and then he blocked the outside there. Not really sure that that's great defending from him, but oh well. Keep trying to get past. Got a massive train of cars in front of us if we can just catch up a bit. But as soon as we're battling, we're losing a lot of time. As you can see, our lap times are super slow at the moment, especially for sprint race fuel. Only on 40 litres of fuel. Should be at least low 42s right now. Big battles in front though. Not good for safety rating or collisions, but if they take each other out then it's good for us, I guess. Just got to try and get through because there's another train of cars after this one. If you look on the mini-map, there's quite a few. So we just need to try and get through these guys as quick as possible. No mistake from the Lambo at the front. Right, let's try and get back past the Saudi. Hopefully he doesn't defend like he did last time. Change his lines. If he holds the inside, that's fine, but just before the brakes he then went back to the outside, so kind of messed up my line. Oh, Lamborghini died, that's a shame. Very easy to do on this chicane. He looks like he might have saved it from the wall, but he's lost a lot of track position. Oh, crash up in front. Maybe the BMW was guilty there. He looks like he's waiting for that car to rejoin. Maybe just accepting responsibility for that one. Right, at least back up into P20. But still pretty rubbish. Don't know why the straight line speed is so slow. Oh! That looked a bit avoidable. That looked like that was crashing on a straight is usually pretty bad misjudgments if you take each other out on a straight. But it looks like we've got a massive train of cars. If you look on the mini-map in front of us, everyone's just battling. Safety rating and it's just going out the window. I mean, look at that Porsche there, just tiny bit of contact. But that costs both the BMW and Porsche safety rating for that tiny contact. So this is not great for the safety rating, but at least our ELO should go up because we made up so many positions. BMW died. Come on, ID, pick your line. You gonna go inside? Okay, stay on the inside. That was better. Right. Corsa's really good on the brakes, but not very good on the straights. So the middle sector is our best opportunity to get past, because if I pass him on the final two corners there, he'll get me on this straight. So it's better to get a bit of a toll on the straight and then try and make the move in the middle sector, so that hopefully you can build a big enough gap before you get back round to the home straight. He was a bit deep into turn one there. Six tenths up on our best lap. Did think the pace was very slow. We've been costing ourselves so much time with these battles. It's been great to battle. It's just you lose a lot of pace when you're battling. It's not been too bad because most of the other drivers have been battling as well, but you can see the top guys have cleared off very, very quickly. Losing the rear a bit there. A bit closer to the Audi this lap, I think, but not close enough. Oh, he's binned it on the gravel. And that is going to not only cost him time, but that is going to give us a little bit of breathing room. So we can focus on this train of cars up in front that's starting to bunch up. That's another guy off. Another free position. Lots of free positions this race, to be honest. 12 minutes left, made up 10 positions so far. Haven't actually made that many overtakes, to be honest. Most of it is just people taking each other out and us benefiting from it. Gotta be careful with this Porsche because I did see him send it on the BMW, so just gotta be mindful that he doesn't send it on us. there is, if you look on the mini-map, and you can just see it just up in front of us. Oh, that's going to be track limit warning. Oh look, they're going too wide into that right-hander. Final warning? I didn't know I got my second warning. Gonna have to be careful now. Because a drive-through would really top off. Would be the icing on the cake. Got 11 minutes, so gonna have to be. We'll probably gain on these guys because they're battling so much. Anyways, we've got what, 5 guys in front of us. So we're just gonna have to be careful that we don't get any track limit warnings. And that was a terrible exit. Audi's no chance of defending that. Audi's easily gonna get past. Got a terrible exit there. Just went too deep. So now that's 6 cars in front of us. We can just follow the Audi to this train of cars and make sure we don't get another track limit warning. That's all we need to do, really. Oh, he's going to go off there. I don't want to battle, mate. I want to catch the guys up in front. Let's push and catch the that train of cars up in front. Still got 10 minutes left of this race, so we've got to be careful for those track limit warnings. Come on. There we go. Alright, that Corsa up in front is starting to catch that group of cars, but we are about 2 seconds back, so we really need to catch up. But I'd rather finish P15 after starting P24 than try and push these guys and then get a drive through and finish like P25. Someone's just got a drive through there. I'm not number 11, I'm not sure if he's ahead or behind us. Looks like he's behind. Come on, ID. Let's go, go, go. Yeah, those 4 guys up in front are battling. The other thing is, like what happened last time, they might end up taking each other out. And we just get free positions. Might not even have to catch them up. But yeah, judging by the delta and the gap to the guys up in front, I think we are slowly catching. But yeah, at the same time, it seems to be that the group of cars are starting to break up a bit as well, which isn't great for us. Still got 7 minutes left, so anything can happen, but if you look on the mini-map now, they're certainly not as close as they were the last couple of laps. Just try and follow the Saudi now until we get a bit closer, then we'll maybe make a move. Don't really want to start a battle with the Saudi and then lose much time to the guys up in front of us. I think that would just be silly. Better to try and follow and catch these other guys. The Saudis really getting close to the the Porsche now though. Knocked off a second to the Porsche. So the Porsche and the Audi might start battling. Which might help us out a bit as well. Porsche died. What a save. What a save by that Porsche. He lost the position, but that was a very impressive save there. That was full sideways. That was very impressive. Oh, the Audi's going to defend the inside line into there. That's going to cost him a bit. Oh, if they go too wide into turn 1, this could really benefit us into like turn 3. Get a bit of toll. See what we can do. Sports are going to send it. Audi's. That was really scary and I thought I was going to die. Where did that BMW come from? I had no idea he was there. I was lining up to try send it on the Porsche if he sent it on the Audi. And out of nowhere came that BMW. I was trying to get a toe off the Porsche as well, so I was right up behind him. Goodness sake, that could have been the end of the race. That was close. That was very close. With 5 minutes left, I don't think we're going to catch the guys up in front. Just have to try get past this Porsche and Audi. 17, Josh. It was 17 in November. I think I may have forgot to update 1 or 2 of my accounts. I noticed, I think it was either my YouTube or my Twitch the other day that I realised I hadn't updated. But yeah, I was 17 in November. Another little save by the Corsa there. Right. Okay, can we get moving to here perhaps? He's going to try out brake. Goes a bit deep. There we go. Pace is still rubbish, but at least we've made up some positions. Got 4 minutes left. We're going to have to defend from this Porsche a bit. I wonder if he's running a bit lower wing, because he definitely seems to have better straight line speed than I did. Not sure. Oh, quite a big gap to the ID now though. Yeah, I have pretty much cooked my tyres. I didn't adjust the setup much at all. But yeah, I have cooked my tyres completely. My account info lost me in primary school. I'll need to go through and check that I've check and update them all. Oh, number 2's got a drive-through. 3 minutes to go. That is. Oh man, P3. I mean, it's free position for us, so it's great for us, but that must be gutting. Oh, P29. Sorry, P10, number 29. Also just gone and gotten a drive-through as well. We're on 3 track warning, so we're going to have to be careful, but that's 2 people with 3 minutes left of the race with the drive-through. That's a bit of a shame. That Porsche just braked a little bit late, but that's going to give us a bit of breathing room on the straight, which is nice. Oh, that's a shame for those 2 guys with drive-throughs though. So close to the end of the race. It's not a massive pit lane, so it shouldn't be. It wouldn't be, say, a massive time loss compared to like Spa, for example. If you get drive-through at Spa, it's pretty much game over. But tracks like Donington, for example, drive-through at Donington, you don't lose too much time. but he obviously still does quite a lot. Why do you steer so much? I've been working on it for quite a while, trying to steer less. But quite simply, I started with Project Cars 2, and I used to steer a lot, because I used to drive a lot of like touring cars and Clio Cup cars, and you basically just threw them into the corners and just did a lot of steering, and that was just how you got the pace out of them. Whereas with GT3 and ACC, you obviously want to be a lot smoother, and I still need to improve my steering inputs. I have found getting a good setup helps. If I've got a setup that's more oversteery, it tends to help. But yeah, it is something that I do constantly try and work on, is putting a bit less steering input into the car. Oh, big slide by the Porsche behind. I wonder if he's struggling for tyre wear. Right, final lap. Got one lap left. Oh, big mistake by the Audi there. Oh man, PA also got a drive-through. Final lap. That's 3 people in the top 15. Well, top 10 actually. Top 10 that have got a drive-through within the final 3 minutes of the race. That is unlucky. I've been on 3 track limit warnings for the past 11 minutes, I think. So Imola isn't too bad for track limits, because there's just like a few corners where you know it's quite easy to get a track limit. Like going up the hill here on that sausage curve, it's quite easy to get one. The chicane's quite easy, and also the fast left-hander at the end of sector 2. The exit of that is also very easy to get track limit. That guy with the drive-through though, he can't actually serve it before the end of the race. So I assume he'll just get a big time penalty. Usually converts it to a time penalty if you don't serve your drive-through. When you get it on the final lap, you usually can't actually serve it. There we go. Well, pace was rubbish. But maybe if we do a bit of practice, we can get a bit of pace. But got 12 positions. Had a few good battles, made up a few positions with some nice overtakes, like round the outside of the Audi there on lap. Not sure if it was lap 2 or 3. It was near the beginning. That move round the outside, that was quite nice. So we had some good battles in that, but the pace just was not there, and then obviously that qualifying wasn't very good either. Let's have a look now and see what that has done to the ELO. But we won't be able to do another race tonight, guys. I'm afraid that I've got something else on tonight. But we will be streaming tomorrow. Probably get a stream in the morning and a stream in the evening tomorrow. Probably get maybe an LFM race or something in the morning, and then some practice in the evening for the Sim Zone race. I think it's at Zandvoort this week, so we'll do some of that on Wednesday evening. Just waiting for the server to end. There we go. And there we go. I can close down ACC now. Oh, I left Popometer open in the background from the Audi setup. Oh dear. Right, let's see. I think the safety rating might have gone down there because we had a few bits of contact. Oh wow, the safety rating's actually gone up to 6.14. That's not bad. So that means that we can do the Pro Series with that much safety rating. Just the ELO is really low, so we need to actually properly practice for some races and get some pace and actually try and get some good results so that we can get our ELO up, because our ELO is like just under 1900 ELO, but our safety rating's up at 6.14, so that's good. But I think we'll close it up there for today, guys. Like I say, we'll be streaming again tomorrow. If anyone's free, like I say, probably in the morning and then one in the evening as well. But as always, guys, thank you very much for watching. Hope you all enjoyed, and see you again next time.